right, guys. Hey, welcome to the first ever The Black and the White podcast. My name is Ryan and my co-host D'Angelo. We've been wanting to do this for a long time and we're finally getting back into it. So hopefully you guys like everything we got going on. We got some exciting ones for you guys today. We're talking about the AFC and NFC South. Then we have our draft winners, losers. We got our what the fuck free agency moves, the black and the white prediction of the year, and the black and the white draft of the week of snacks. So just stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. But all right, D, you ready?
I'm ready. Dane, we need you in Miami. Please
What
come.
the fuck?
Yeah, so the
Okay.
thing I like about the Falcons, at least the Falcons are committing. They're committing to winning. They're tired of being the basement dwellers in this division. That's the one thing I can give the respect to when it comes to the Falcons is when it comes to that division, they're like, they could have won it last year. That's how bad the division was. They could have won it last year. When it comes to the other guys, though, the Saints, I don't know what the Saints are doing. I the Saints just look lost to me. You go get a you go get a mid-level quarterback. It's you had all the opportunity to go, maybe trade up, maybe a couple years ago, get Deshaun Watson. Hell, go to even get Russ. But it's just like, what have you guys been doing? We all know that Jameis Winston was not going to be the answer.
Yeah, I mean, dude, with the Falcons are just like the Falcons look like they have something going on. They have, with Bijan Robinson, they have at least a strong running back. You know how I feel about Bijan. I'm a big Texas guy. I love him. I think that he's going to be so crucial to this offense. They're going to run him
Fun,
just like the
fun,
Cordell.
fun fact, by the way, Ryan. He is the highest paid running back in the NFL as a rookie.
Look, I don't care what the guy's getting paid. I don't care what it is. This dude is going to cook for him. I promise you, this guy is going to cook. They're going to run everything around him. He is going to be the next Christian McCaffrey of this offense. He
I
is
wouldn't
going to
say
be
that.
the next guy.
Don't be. God damn it! Don't be disrespectful. Don't be
He is
disrespectful.
going to be so talented on this team. Him, Drake London. They even got. Look, I know he's not a phenomenal guy. Matt Collins. He was a good wide receiver 2 for him. You're right. Look,
who's throwing the ball?
I am predicting Desmond Ridder is going to get sat. Okay. It's going to be Taylor Heineke at the fucking helm. I promise you.
Oh,
Taylor Heineke is going to take that ball. 4th week, it's going to be Taylor Heineke.
I'm not going to argue that because I think you have a valid point. I think with that division, if they start off bad, they're going to the vet. And I think he can get them to the playoffs. He's done it before. He's almost beat Tom Brady in a playoff game. I will give you that. But when I look at that offensive line, I'm like, Like, it was up there with the Bears' offensive line last year. So it's like, you can have all the weapons you want, but if you can't, if you don't have that much time to pass,
I'm not saying they're going to be the best team in the league. Okay. This division, to be honest with you, is just trash, I think, in my opinion. This is the worst division of football, no doubt. No offense to any of these teams. I mean, it's just the rosters. These are just all teams trying to figure out what they want to do in the next step. So with the Falcons, like, I really like the Falcons in this division. I think that they're going to be either number 1, number 2. I don't see them falling below that in this division.
I like that. But quarterback play is a big thing when it comes to football. And I don't see Bijan Robinson being the difference maker that you think he will be for the Falcons.
It's going to take time. It's going to take time.
And then on top of that, I don't like how they drafted him. You drafted a running back in the first round. All of the talent they needed a quarterback. And then on top of that, you don't try to trade up. Like the Bears offered their first round pick, like, hey, who wants the number 1 pick? You need a quarterback. So many teams piss me off by not trading. That's why I have so much respect for the Panthers because they're like, hey, we need a quarterback. We're sitting here at, I think, like 9. We're not going to get a good guy. We don't want to reach for like a Will Levy, whatever the hell his name is. Like, that's a waste of time. Let's go get a guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what Bryce Young is going to do. Now, I'm concerned, obviously any rookie quarterback, they're not going to come in and just dominate. That's not the expectation. So anybody that thinks that he's just going to come in and dominate is just out of their mind. It's not going to happen. But he's got so many guys set up around him that's going to cause him to
Who
make
does? Who
Bryce
does?
Young. Bryce Young's got some guys. Bryce Young's got some guys.
Bryce Young has a bunch of, but what we used to call when I was a kid, some Reggie. He has a bunch of Reggie on his team.
Listen.
A bunch of mid-level guys. An old ass Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen, if he didn't run routes so fucking good, I could beat him in a race.
Listen,
27 out of shape.
These guys have been there. They've done that. They're not new to the game.
DJ Chark was a number 3 for the Lions last year. I would have to Google. I think Marshall, a number 4. Like, I don't see anything on the Panthers that's just like, damn.
Those guys, I'm telling you right now, those guys are going to be good enough for that guy to learn how to do it. Adam Thielen's been there, done that, right? DJ Chark. Listen, DJ Chark is a phenomenal player. He's a great wide receiver. Sorry, let's tone it down. Okay, let me get the verbiage here. He is a good wide receiver. He is a talented wide receiver. He's tall. He's fast.
Christian Kirk is a good wide receiver.
Oh, don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there.
But that's what I'm saying. He's a good wide receiver.
We'll get there.
Are you putting Chark in that same category?
DJ Chark is a very talented wide receiver.
Talented.
I think he's very talented. He is good if he's not hurt. He's been hurt a ton. Okay. He's injury prone all the time. But he also, at least Bryce Young has a running back again. Then you've seen what this team can do with the running game. Then
it's nice. It's nice. I think, you have a point that their offensive line is not where I want it to be. But at the same time, if they're run first and they let him develop into a Cam Newton, into a Joe Burrow, then he has a future. But if they're, I think the problem with that a lot of people are having is outside of Patrick Mahomes' first year, these quarterbacks that just come out slinging it don't work very well. It takes time. It's like wine. It needs to develop.
Yeah.
Because when you look at Cam Newton came out slinging it, and they were 6-10.
The thing is that Frank Reich needs to tend to the players here. He needs to do a better job of that. Obviously, in Indianapolis, he didn't do that. Hopefully, when he comes here, he can change it around, do something with it. I mean, he always had an older quarterback there in Indianapolis, right? And then, it's now he has a young guy. Let's see what he can do. I'm not counting him out yet. With the Colts, he had a bad stint, right? I mean, he had, Phil Rivers starting out.
Old ass Phil Rivers.
Which
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Him and his 25 kids. But he had some opportunities. He had some opportunities with that team. Did well. Phil Rivers did a good job, led him to the playoffs. Now, other than that, obviously, they weren't expected, in my opinion, during that time, they weren't expected to do much, but I really, truly think that he is a good coach. He obviously coached my Eagles, helping out the quarterback there, Carson Wentz when he was there, part of the Super Bowl team and everything, right? He was a big part of that. Now, I'm not counting him out yet. This right here is my determining factor. If he can't do anything with this team here, develop this young roster that he has other than old Adam Thielen, but all the rest of his roster, he's got a young roster, especially on the defensive end. I mean, they got Shaq Thompson too.
They have CJ Henderson. They have Joyce Horn. They have, I think, Jackson at the quarterback. They have, I think there's another free safety. I think his last name is Chin. He's pretty good. They have so much potential on this defense where in a couple of years we could be saying, hey, the Panthers have a Super Bowl level defense. We don't know if they have the quarterback. Bryce Young he's small, and I'm not big on these small guys.
Yeah, I mean, you put Brian Burns in that base of the defense. He's going to get pressure on the quarterback. He's going to do the things. With the Panthers, it's just they have the defense. They have an offense. They have some guys on those teams. It's just if they can be cohesive together. That's going to be the biggest part of it. And, that they're going to be better equipped than these other teams in this division, with the Saints, for the Saints, for example, with their team. I mean, with them getting Derek Carr, does that really make them better?
No, God, almost
like,
almost got canceled. No, no, I'm not. I'm more of a Jimmy G guy, but a lot of people say he's mid. But Jimmy G's a winner. Derek Carr is, I call him an around the block quarterback. He's not going to take me to the mall. He's not going to take me on vacation. He's going to take me around the block. I'm going to see some nice houses. Oh, this neighborhood's nice. Oh, we should go here more often, baby. And we're going to get back home. That's Derek Carr. Occasionally, we may go, on a staycation, which is the wild card round. But other than that, we're not going very far. That's
yeah,
Derek Carr to me. Derek Carr is one of those quarterbacks. It's like back in the day. It's like a Rex Grossman. Remember for the Bears in 06 when they went to the Super Bowl?
I
Where
don't think he's that. Listen, I don't think he's that low.
listen,
But
you say he's low, but when you look at who Rex Grossman was throwing to, you're like, okay, well, like you have to think about it. Like, yeah, I'm not a Mahomes guy, but when you look at his receivers, you're like, shit, I understand why he's, he's great, but his receivers are damn amazing.
yeah,
But I'm just saying, like, Derek Carr needs, think about it. He's going to have a loaded offense. Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, which just got suspended for two
yeah,
games.
because he's beating the shit out of people outside of Vegas. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we all been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all been there.
You
But
can't trust you can't trust those guys that just too much into anime. They'll kill you.
the thing
Um,
is though, with the Saints though, with the Saints, like Jamal Williams is going to be in there. I mean, that dude is a hoss all day. You know what I mean? Like that guy's going to come in. He's going to do things for that offense, with or without Alvin
is it
Kamara. Now,
Olave or what the hell his name is?
Olave,
Olave out of
God damn it,
Ohio. Is
Olave.
it? Isn't out of Ohio State, correct?
Yeah, something. I think so. I don't know. Don't quiz me on that. I have no idea. I'm not a college dude when it comes to these motherfuckers. I don't know.
I, I'm not a big Derek Carr fan. The biggest thing for me is I'm a Jimmy G guy, and the crazy thing is people call Jimmy G mid, but Jimmy G is a winner. He wins. He has 2 Super Bowl rings, being a backup, but he's won even when Tom Brady was out. Took the 49ers to a Super Bowl, multiple NFC Championship games. The man wins. But you look at Derek Carr, Amari Cooper. I think the best year they could have went maybe to the AFC Championship game. I know he tears his ACL. He maybe gets an MVP, but we'll never know. I don't see anything on that offense. With Michael Thomas, I'm not big on him. I'm not big on Michael Thomas at all. He's injury prone. Then you look at Chris Olave. Yeah, he's nice, but outside of that, they have nothing special at tight end. Nothing special for their slot receiver. Just a bunch of mid guys when it comes to that. Jamal Williams, he's good, a little older but good. Alvin Kamara, he's good, but
I think they have some bunch of able bodies. Like these guys are all able to play the game. You know what I mean? Like these
yeah,
guys all can perform, do their thing. I mean, when you got Demario Davis leading off your defense too, like that defense is going to thrive off of him. Like they're going to thrive. They got Marshawn Lattimore, and Tyrann Mathieu. Like they got some good guys. Cameron Jordan. These guys are able to definitely help the team and be there to make big plays. Like these are big play guys. And also they signed crazy. I just saw this the other day when they signed Jimmy Graham back for the Saints. It's just like a full fucking circle.
the, when you're and that's a disrespect to the goddamn Saints, Panthers, and Bucks. When your division is that bad, you're like, shit. Well, I think we can do this one more time. Might as well get Drew Brees out of retirement. You might as well. He can't go throw past 15
Dude,
yards anyway.
they're just fucking adding people in. I mean, I don't know what the view is with the Saints right now, if they really think that they can win it, but in my opinion, they're not going to win shit, and they're not going to do it there. Like to be honest with you, with the Saints, I really got them at the bottom. Like I think the Panthers are going to do better than them.
Well, okay, and this may sound crazy, but the Saints have the ability to win the division And the Saints also have the ability to be last in the division.
And it's so bad. It's all because of one guy. It's all because of Derek Carr.
It's all
Literally,
because of the quarterback.
Derek Carr. That's it.
And
Yeah,
I can tell you right now, they're going to be run heavy this year.
Yes. I mean, speaking of a quarterback fucking problem, the Buccaneers. When
they deserve this.
Let me ask you this: when's it time just to hang up the jersey? If you're at a quarterback, it's a competition in Tampa Bay right now between Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask. Like it's a competition. Tell me how. How is it that Baker Mayfield is doing so bad in practice that is a competition? Or is Kyle Trask just that good?
Well, this is, I'm big into Madden. I'm a Madden guy. I'm a Madden franchise guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I get the Broncos for one of my leagues this year, you know what I'm going to do I'm going to look through free agency. I'm going to look around the league. I like Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's 22, 23. I might send the 49ers guy a third-round pick and say, hey, I need him. I go into the draft and go draft me a guy. Russell Wilson has a couple of years left in him, but you got to develop. As soon as you got Tom Brady, you drafted an offensive line in the first pick. I think the second pick was like a defensive player. But in that third or fourth pick, you should have drafted that same goddamn free agency, a quarterback, so you would have been ready for this type of situation. He was old as shit. His wife been complaining. We all knew he was going to retire. He's not going to play till he's in his 50s or 60s. We knew that shit. So it's just like, prepare for your future. That's why there's a chance that the Packers may win the division. I wouldn't be surprised because you know what they did? They prepared for their future. I don't know what the Buccaneers are doing because they have a Super Bowl roster with we're tanking quarterback. Baker Mayfield is so inconsistent that it makes my ass itch.
Somebody said something about Baker Mayfield the other day, saying he's a winner, which some at some point, yes, sure, maybe, but like Baker Mayfield trying to lead this team, even though he has Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Russell Gage, Tom Brady did it with these guys. Like he did it with these guys. Baker Mayfield ain't got it. He definitely don't have it. I just, he already had Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry in Cleveland before.
And Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb and a top 5 offensive line. Shit. And they got top 10 defense. Shit. How much more? Peyton Manning's probably had some of those things in his career. Like, he's never had all of them at the same time.
And we saw last year what it looks like when the offense is lackluster with the Buccaneers. They're awful. And even with Tom Brady at the helm, he wasn't his best last year. No doubt about it. But still, you have even him not at his best is 10 times better than Baker Mayfield is.
Yes.
So, this team is just, in my opinion, the defense is going to have to carry a lot this year. And they did not do that well last year defensively. Now, they had some injuries and stuff like that. But, they won the division at 8-9. This is the worst division in football, and it doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon. These teams now, the Panthers and the Falcons, they are a little bit more future heavy. They look promising, but I just don't see them gaining that much of an edge by next year. 2 years from now,
I will give you this: if Derek Carr doesn't win this division next year, the Saints will draft a quarterback next year. I can guarantee you that. They're drafting a quarterback. Derek Carr has 2 years to get his shit together. Well, no, I'm sorry, a year and a half. Because what's going to happen?
That's exactly right.
Because if he starts off bad next year when they draft a rookie quarterback, oh shit, he's going to lose his job. Like, literally, he's going to lose his job. He's going to be a backup. He's going to be a
good Matt Schaub type of backup. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with, or Joe Flacco type of backup, where if they've had their moments, they've got their money, and it's time for them to be a good mentor.
Yeah, that would be the best scenario for Derek Carr, to be honest. That's it.
And another thing, when it comes to the Bucks, I'm not a Tom Brady guy either, but they deserve this. They deserve everything what's going to come to them. Because I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks go 11-6 or some crazy like that and then win the division. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they finish third or fourth. Reasons why is because who's at the quarterback position?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, this is kind of tough for me. This division D, let's go and rank it. Let's see. Who do you got? Who do you honestly have winning the division?
Falcons.
Out of these 4 teams right now.
Falcons.
You're picking the Falcons. Doesn't matter who's at quarterback there.
I think I have that much trust in Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke he had Scary Terry. He had a rookie, what was that? Johan Dotson, Curtis Samuel, and he's still fairly good. I think they could have probably made the playoffs last year. But when you look at the Panthers, wide receiver room, mid. Running back, When you look at the Saints, the wide receiver room is damn good. The offensive line is good. Yeah. Running back's good. Quarterback, I'm not too sure on the quarterback. I'm not too sure on the coach at times. The Bucks, they have every position, but not every position, but they're relatively a Super Bowl team other than the quarterback.
Yeah. This is what I've got. I've got the Saints winning it. I think that this division is so weak that Derek Carr is going to be able to have his team. They're going to win. They're going to win these division games. And, I wouldn't be surprised if they go, 5-1, 4-2 in the division. No doubt in my mind. The Falcons, I've got going second. I've got the Panthers third. I've got the Buccaneers last. With the Buccaneers, it scares me. I'm really between the Panthers and Buccaneers for dead last, but the Buccaneers scare me because I think they're going to make a decision to start Kyle's trash, basically. Trash.
I like that.
They're. I don't want to start doing that. He's probably a nice guy, but I just don't see them getting anywhere better than
third. You have the Bucks last in division,
third or fourth. Yeah, I mean the Panthers.
Oh shit! So
I'll say it right now: Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Bucks. I'm just gonna go in.
Okay. So I have the Falcons, Saints. No. Falcons, Bucks, Saints, Panthers. I would be the thing is though, when it comes to the Saints, I wouldn't be surprised if they win, but with what they have at quarterback, and then Michael Thomas consistently being injured, I can't trust it. I just can't trust it.
Yeah. No, I get it.
All right. Now over to the AFC South. What are you thinking? That's
I have 2 teams that are going to be phenomenal. I think that these 2 teams are going to make a difference. Okay. And then I have 2 teams that are going to be dog shit. Absolute trash teams this next year. I'll let you take a guess. Who do you think are the 2 teams that are going to do great in this division?
The Jaguars and Titans.
And Texans and Colts are going to be bad. And look. I'm not going to say you're in trash the teams. I don't think that they are both in the right direction. The Texans have been struggling for a while, and I think CJ Stroud coming in is going to be the best thing for them. Davis Mills, take a fucking back seat. Don't start him. Don't even try it. Give CJ Stroud the ball. Let him do his thing. Davis Mills in there. Look, he played okay. He is not a franchise guy. Let's give this CJ Stroud a chance. Case Keenum is one of the backups. He's going to teach this kid how to be a ball player. Case Keenum led that Vikings team against, all the way to the Eagles. You know what I mean? They lost. Yeah, sure. But Case Keenum knows where he was at. He played a good game. He's been there. Have Case Keenum help out CJ Stroud. Develop these guys. I mean, dude, like Dameon Pierce, what a monster. I remember watching Thursday Night Football against the Eagles. and Dameon Pierce scared the shit out of me. This dude, granted, we didn't have Jordan Davis, right? The Eagles didn't have Jordan Davis, but we did have everybody else on that D line.
Cox.
And that dude
Hargrave.
fucking drug people. He was literally dragging people. And this guy, he can run the ball heavy, man. And if they just know how to use him, they brought in Robert Woods. You know, John Mechie's coming back. Thank God he's back. He battled all of his stuff, with he had cancer, right?
Yeah, I heard
Didn't he have
about
cancer?
He had leukemia, which is crazy.
I mean, good that he's back. I mean, he's been he played in Alabama, right? And that where he played.
Of course.
Yeah, him and all these damn wide receivers. But I mean, dude, they've got a really solid group of guys. I really like Dalton Schultz coming onto the team. Solid tight end. Not a phenomenal tight end, just solid. He knows how to play the game.
He's good. I think Dalton Schultz has that. He's like Dallas Goedert, where they're good tight ends. But if you give that's what I tell a lot of guys. If you give them opportunity, he could be a number one on a lot of teams. A lot of teams don't have good tight ends.
It's true.
Like,
so true.
A lot of teams, like when you look at the Titans, they could use them. When you look at the Colts, they could use them. The only the Jaguars don't need them because they have Ingram, which is a good tight end, but he's a little small. But Dalton Schultz is he's a hefty guy. He's a traditional tight end. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Ryan. I have the Jaguars winning the division. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts win the division. Reasons why is because I don't know what the Titans are doing at quarterback. So you can tell when some GMs don't know what they're doing. They just kind of draft to draft. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you just sitting there with your dick in your hands. I'm just being honest with you. Because you have Ryan Tannehill. He's not the best, but Ryan Tannehill, I believe, can get you to a Super Bowl. He's been close to a few times. Then you have Patrick Willis. I mean, no, not Patrick. Malik Willis, which is like
they wish they had fucking Patrick Willis.
They wish, but I'm just like, okay, well, he got some starts. He's terrible passing, which is crazy for an NFL quarterback. But that's And then you draft Will Levy, or whatever the hell his name is. And then the problem for me, this is the big problem for me. The reason Malik Willis struggled last year is because there was no wide receivers. The tight end was below average. You did not address that problem at all. You're like, what we're going to do in the second round? We're going to draft another damn quarterback.
Look. They might as well just get rid of Malik Willis. But let's look, you already hurt the guy by literally last year, whenever you get into the game, that motherfucker didn't throw the ball. They just had him run the ball. Man, you are hurting this guy's confidence. He's going to get out there and look lost because you have now drafted a quarterback when you just drafted Malik Willis last year.
In the second round.
Put yourself in his shoes, D.
All of that talent that was available. The Giants drafted that guy from fucking Tennessee as four speed.
Yeah.
He was available. All of these receivers that were available. You could have maybe drafted in the late first round to get a receiver, but you just you know what? We're going to get another quarterback. It's God damn. What are you doing over there?
Listen, I will take their stupidity any day of the week. We got AJ Brown out of it. The Eagles did. I'm totally fine with their stupidity.
Hot take, Ryan. Hot take.
Yeah.
Chris Johnson said this on a podcast. The Titans don't play.
2K. All right.
The Titans don't pay players.
I believe it. I mean, look, dude. They don't. I mean, the last big contract they've had. What? I can't tell you. What?
Derrick Henry.
I mean,
you had to pay Derrick Henry. It's Derrick Henry. He's like a top 10 running back of all time.
These. I mean, they're not paying these other running backs, so I guess. I don't know, man. I mean, just look the Tennessee Titans are going to be relevant just because of their coach. They have a wonderful coach, fantastic coach, good team. They're solid roster. I mean, dude, they're up and down solid roster. The Titans are going to be fine. They're easily going to win the division or get second to the Jaguars. That's it. There's nothing else to it. This is going to come down to, I guarantee, the last couple of games of the year between these two guys. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
The Colts, the thing is with me, D, I really like the Colts, what they're trying to do. Gardner Minshew, I do like Gardner Minshew.
That was
But
good signing.
yeah, I mean, it's look like you got Gardner Minshew, and then you got a freak of an athlete as a backup, Anthony Richardson. Like that dude, if Anthony Richardson can figure out all of the things NFL wise, if he can make the transition, that dude's going to be a monster. But right now, with them only having Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor, who is now
I'm
causing a big fucking stink. He's out. He's gone.
He's actually causing
He's
a big.
gone.
He's not causing a big stink. Did you hear what Jim Irsay said?
Yes, dude. Look. The whole goddamn thing is just a mess. This roster depends on having a solid running back, Jonathan Taylor. And it's all going to shit. It's just all going to shit.
Well,
they're about to just move Anthony Richardson to running back.
Well, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. Running backs nowadays need to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
It's a position where look what the Chiefs did last year. They drafted a guy in the 7th round.
Now look at him. He's an all-star. Everybody thinks he's the best thing since fucking sliced bread, D. Everybody thinks he's the best thing. He's
literally a 7th rounder, and he got a Super Bowl ring. So when you guys are like, hey, I want to get paid, I'm like, your replacement is coming real soon, actually. Just wait. You'll meet him, actually. That's how these GMs are.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's just a shit show. But, I mean, like I said, with the Texans and Colts, bottom 2, Jaguars, Titans, top. And the reason I think I like the Jaguars more than I like the Titans, because Trevor Lawrence, after last year, showed really good resilience. He was really good in games. They were able to come back. They won on a 5-game winning streak to end the year before. They closed it out good during the regular season. They have a great head coach, Doug Peterson, Travis Etienne, running back. I mean, we got my guy, Christian Kirk, top 20 wide receiver. And
for the people at home, please put in the comment section and please tell him that Christian Kirk in college, probably in high school, wasn't a top 20 in his damn state.
Christian Kirk's a fucking man.
Let alone in the National Football League. Now, he had a good game against the Chargers because the Chargers are choke artists. That's just what they do. They're cursed. Calvin Ridley is going to get a lot of attention, and Christian Kirk could, by the end of the year, be a top 20 receiver.
He is. I think you're mistaken right now. This guy, Christian Kirk, is the man. All right. Calvin Ridley, I don't know if you've seen any videos of him, D, like with his most recent stuff, like what he's been doing. He's making Zay Jones look like a little bitch running routes. Calvin Ridley goes through these routes so quick. If you haven't seen this video, you got to look it up. Anybody watching this, you got to look it up. Because Calvin Ridley is blazing through, man. Like this guy, I'm a big fantasy guy. And I think Calvin Ridley is going to be the best dude. Like he's going to be one of the best wide receivers to pick up in fantasy. And even then, I mean, this guy, Calvin Ridley, is cooking people left and right in practice. Like, obviously, he does not like he has a bunch to go against there. That's the one thing that Jaguars do lack against. But Calvin Ridley,
they have a pass rush. Secondary is trash.
With the Falcons, we saw what he can do, and he's going to bring that dynamic to the Jaguars. That is somebody that was at his prime, top 10 wide receiver in the league, hands down. No doubt in my mind. When he was on the Falcons, that dude was cooking.
I wouldn't say top 10. I will say he was good. I would say he was top 20, but not top 10.
Well, if he's top 20, we got 2 top 20 wide receivers on the Jaguars now.
No. When he was on the Falcons, but he is not.
Just because you take a year off doesn't mean anything. All right, he had a year.
I'm not talking about Calvin Ridley. I'm talking about Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is not.
He's the guy, man. I'm telling you, you're going to eat your words again. I'm telling you right now, you're going to eat your words again.
Okay. So I'll give you this. Same thing for college. If you pass someone the ball 20 times a game,
Christian Kirk is
you're
that.
laughing. You're laughing.
I'm laughing because it's just
It's
so crazy that you
it's
just
not.
hold on. You just
Am
you grab it, D. You just grab onto this fucking
I
fact.
am I
You're
lying?
thinking Christian Kirk
Am I
is
lying?
nobody. This
Am
guy
I
is
lying?
somebody. Yeah, well, yeah, if you pump the ball to somebody, but we talk off camera, off everything. You and I have talked about this so much. We've talked about Christian Kirk nonstop. But regardless, Christian Kirk is a very good wide receiver. Calvin Ridley is a very good wide receiver. So Trevor Lawrence has got two guys that he's going to throw.
Who's better?
Give me Calvin.
Okay.
If he comes out like he Hopkins, yeah, dude, Calvin Ridley's the man.
If we're doing S, A, B, C, D, E, F, or just F tier, I would put Calvin Ridley at, let's say, A tier, and Christian Kirk's going to be in the B tier.
Christian Kirk is right at the end of A, for sure.
End of A.
I think
he's
so.
Stephon Diggs. He's Stephon Diggs level. That's what you're saying.
How many people? Listen, we got to do a different fucking video for that. We'll do a different video for that. But
I'm just saying, I'm not putting him in that level.
I could go on and on about tiers of wide receivers. Most people
aren't put there. Listen. The Jaguars wide receiver coach doesn't put him in that level. They're just stuck with them. It's like it's like, don't forget, just the GM's not talking to some of those coaches. They're just signing guys.
I'm going to stand by it. I will stand by it if Christian Kirk does bad this year, I'll own up to it. I'll admit. But this dude, I'm telling you, Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, this combo right here is going to they are a very good tandem together. They could be a top 10, top 5 tandem in the league. These two wide receivers together. They're that good. They're no A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, but they're good.
I'm never gonna answer that bullshit.
All right, moving on.
All right, but I will say this for the Colts. The Colts have a legitimate chance to win the division, is because with Richardson at quarterback, and if they throw in some RPOs, some options, that offense is unstoppable. I think the only thing that's going to stop the Colts this year, even from winning the division, is injuries. That's the only thing that's going to stop them. And if Jim Irsay shuts the hell up, that's all your offense has been the last 3 years is Jonathan Taylor. No one else. Not Hines before you traded him. Not Michael Pittman. Literally everything starts and ends at Jonathan Taylor.
I think you're putting a lot on a team that went 4-12 last year, 4-12-1 or something like that, whatever they did.
Because who was hurt?
I mean, still, you're acting like this team can do something with just Jonathan Taylor on it. They got Michael Pittman, Jonathan Taylor. Matt Ryan was washed up last year, sure. Gardner Minshew, he's good, but he's not going to make that big of a difference for this team. Who do you got? So, D, tell me who you got. Who's winning this division? What's your final answer here after we talk about it? What do you got?
Jaguars, Colts, Titans, Texans.
I've got the Jaguars, Titans, Colts, Texans.
Okay.
I picked the Titans over the Colts because I think the Titans have a roster that's together. Jonathan Taylor having this offseason shit is not going to help the team. It's going to be a little split up. It's going to be weird. I'm not saying it's his fault. It's just going to be weird. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, D. Next, we got the draft winners and losers. Who do you got winning the NFL draft this year, coming into the training camp here?
If you guys have ever played Madden, the goal is to build for the future. And that's exactly what the Bears did. They got an extra first-round pick. They got a number 1 wide receiver, which they needed. They drafted a good offensive lineman out of Tennessee. They're building for the future. Like, that draft was an A+, for the Bears. That's what they needed. That was very smart. The GM knows what he's doing. I'm happy for Justin Fields. I think they could possibly win the division. I don't care what anyone says. That division is so bad where there's a possibility because of everything for him. Now, will that happen? Probably not. But we didn't expect the Lions to finish 9-8 last year either.
No. No, not at all. I really like, I agree with you, man. I really like the Bears. They're getting better, dude. They're making big strides. Like Justin Fields, I think, is the guy. He could be the guy. I mean, he is. What he did with the ball in the last 7, 8 games, whatever they played in the regular season, was phenomenal. They finally gave him the chance to do what he's good at. And, adding these other guys onto the roster for him is just making it 20 times better for him. Another set of young guys to be around with him. So he's really going to strive. It's just changing the team. I think that you're right. I think the Bears had a wonderful draft. I think that they made a lot of good moves there. No doubt in my mind. Now, D, who would you say was the worst? Give me the worst.
Oh, we just talked about the dumbass. The Titans. What was the point of that draft? I forget what they drafted in the first round, but the second round, drafting another quarterback. What's going on in Tennessee right now? What's going on? You have so many holes on offense. So many holes. Like the defense, that's Mike Variable's thing. He's the defensive guy. The defense I have a problem with. Yep. But like when you look at the game against the Chiefs, you're like, if these guys had a number one receiver, if these guys had a tight end, if these guys had a slot guy, they're easily beating the Chiefs. But the reason they lost is because Alec Burks, who did they have in wide receiver?
Alec Burks.
I don't know
the guy that was supposed to replace AJ Brown.
Replace. I don't say replace. The guy they drafted. That's what they did. The guy they drafted. That's all he was. Did they have some guy with an African name? I don't know his name. Cole. I don't know. He's a nice guy. He's good speed on Madden. But other than that, there's nothing on offense for the Titans that's just like, wow. So I understand why Ron and Tannehill's like shit. Like, and then for him, this is it. Like, no one else is gonna give you a job after this, other than a backup role. So it's like he's stuck with these below average receivers. It's like, what were you guys doing? What was the purpose of this? You're not gonna win a ring with this offense.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said about him. Look, they've got a good roster right now. I think the Titans have a strong roster as long as everybody stays together, right? But they did not do anything to make themselves better in this draft. They didn't do anything that, like, what they got an offensive lineman was the first round pick is who you were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
They drafted, Will Levis, second round, like quarterback that didn't. Yeah, you're right. We just got done talking about them, but I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but yeah, the Titans didn't make a very smart move.
Yeah, they beat the dead horse already.
Shit, yeah, they did. Yeah, they did, man.
You know what this feels like? You know what this feels like? Because I've experienced this before. I'm not trying to cut you off.
Go ahead. What do you got?
This is like Elway drafting a bunch of damn quarterbacks.
Yeah, well,
it's the same thing.
Well, and you guys see where you guys are now, still struggling.
Like it's the exact same thing.
Still struggling.
We just drafted a bunch. Like we drafted Paxton Lynch over Dak Prescott. We drafted Tim Tebow. I forget who else was in that draft, but we drafted Tim Tebow in the first round, which is crazy.
Yeah. Look, what they've done is really crazy to me. I can't even explain what even makes sense for that shit. Like, why would you draft? I don't know. Regardless, the Tennessee Titans, they have a good roster right now. They're going to be saved this year by having a good roster. They cannot have a repeat of this draft again next year. That's for sure. That's going to cause them to fall further behind.
Unless it's a Caleb Williams that's available next year and you don't have to trade the house.
Yeah.
and your mortgage and your car and maybe a dog to get them, okay. But if you have the number one pick, draft them, of course.
Right.
But you got to trade somebody. You got to trade, Malik to, the Packers, or let's say the Raiders. You got to trade them somewhere and get some value. But next year, if they take a defensive lineman or a secondary player or O-lineman without drafting a skill player, another year of bad football. No, I'm sorry. To me, the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans are equivalent of the Detroit Pistons in basketball.
That's fair. That's fair to say.
They're not going to go far. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. If they do make the playoffs, first round exit. But it's just like, we're too good to tank. That's what it is. It's just we're just too good to tank.
Yeah. Man, I mean, yeah, I have nothing else to say. Like, this is plain and simple with them. But no, man, my team that won the draft for sure, in my opinion, maybe a little biased, but I don't think
so. Show the hat.
Let's fucking go, dude. We're the Philadelphia Bulldogs? I don't give a fuck what they call us now, dude. We absolutely killed that draft. Absolutely killed that draft. Jalen Carter to the 9th pick just because of some off-field issues. Sure, fuck it. I don't care. Then we get Nolan Smith, another just phenomenal edge rusher, fucking outside linebacker. This guy's going to come in the league and just destroy. Absolutely destroy. He's already tearing up in practice. And we have a top 5 offensive line year in, year out. And he's already tearing it up. So I'm excited to see him get out there and play. We got Kelly Ringo, another Bulldog. Kelly Ringo was at first like a top 3, top 4 corner. Safety, whatever you want to call him, whatever position they're going to put him at.
The talent is definitely there.
It's crazy that he fell to the 4th round. And then we got some other guys in there, but overall those 3 guys right there were huge pickups. Huge pickups for the Eagles. That just caused us to be 20 times better, especially with the defensive line getting older. We're replacing for Fletcher Cox. We're replacing outside linebackers. We need linebackers, which we just signed today. Zach Cunningham, Miles Jack.
That's a great pickup.
Which now we got Nakobe Dean, Zach Cunningham, Miles Jack. That's all linebackers.
I think Nakobe Dean may have been a bad pick for you guys.
I don't know. Look, I'm going to let this guy, I'm going to let him do his thing this year, right? This is his first time to really shine. He's an athletic freak. He's very talented. He can hit hard. We'll see what he does. I mean, he's coachable. We are known for being able to coach a good defense here, especially in the later years. We've been able to do very well on the defensive side.
Yeah, I think he's Devin White he's a little small for the middle linebacker position, but his speed makes up for it. Same thing for Nakobe Dean. But think for Dean is small as shit for middle linebacker. He's a safety playing middle linebacker. That's what it looks like at times.
Yeah.
And I think Miles Jack is going to show him how to be a pro's pro, because Miles Jack is about 26, 27. He's played for a championship contender for the Jags when they won the AFC Championship game. He's been in situations where he needs to do X, Y, and Z. He's played for the Steelers. I think he's going to do very, very well in that system. I do like the pick, and I was happy for you. I'm going to be honest with you. I was happy for you because from a GM standpoint, that is brilliant what you guys did. We're like, so you guys didn't want to spend no money in free agency. It's like, for what? Like, you have to pay Jalen Hurts. So, like, let's go draft these guys. We got them for at least 4 years. At least.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's the Eagles are only getting better and better. We're going to have another fantastic season. But what this is kind of a good segue for me here, because the team that I think I did the worst is in the same division. And that's the fucking Commanders. What were the Commanders thinking? What were they thinking? Hey, you know what? Let's fucking ride on the coattails of Sam Howell, baby. Let's let's just stick to him and
Right.
let's let him ride him. Then guess what, dude? We got the all-time backup quarterback of all time, baby, Jacoby Brissett. You know what? Fuck it. Those are our two running backs. Let's just ride with it. And it's just so crazy to me that they are just shitting away Terry McLaurin's career by just literally back to back to back shitty quarterbacks. And Terry McLaurin makes it work.
He's
And he makes it work.
New version of D-Hop.
It's just fucking pitiful. It's absolutely pitiful. I mean, fuck, they pick up a cornerback in the first round. What the fuck? Like what?
Like they needed that. Don't get me wrong, they needed that. But at the same time, when you look at that team, I'm not expecting everyone to get a top quarterback, but I need someone that you draft that you're like, we're going to develop or try to develop or see what this person can do, or maybe trade. I think a lot of GMs are very prideful individuals, and I think the reason why a lot of GMs get fired or should get fired and fail is because when you look at a team like the Chiefs, they're like, hey, we have a Pro Bowl quarterback. Hey, you know what we should do? He's a little older. Let's go draft another guy. Let's go trade up. And maybe let's go draft this guy named Patrick Mahomes. Or, you know what? The 49ers back in the day, we may have Joe Montana, but he's getting a little old. Let's go draft this guy named Steve Young. Or the Packers, hey, we may have Brett Favre, but let's go draft this guy named Aaron Rodgers. You know, it's
a smart move.
It's
why are these guys not investing? Everybody was saying that was the strongest QB class that they've had in a long time. And they even skipped out on a round one talent. Like Will Levis he is easily a first round talent. He is a guy that can change your franchise if he's properly done, right? He was a fucking slinger there. He would do a good job in an offense like this, especially with an established wide receiving core, right?
Yes.
Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin. And then you have Brian Robinson, a dude that got fucking shot, came into the league and ran people over, dude. Like, you got this solid, and then Logan Thomas, too. You know, you got these guys.
And he used to play quarterback.
You put a good first-round level quarterback in there, he's going to produce for you. I will openly admit, if Sam Howell comes out and lights the fucking Eagles up when we face them this year, I will be pissed. And I will admit to it, and I will be like, look, I was wrong. Sam Howell's the guy. But, like, this, in my opinion, right now, unless they see something I don't, Sam Howell's not the man there, right? He's going to lose games for this team. He's going to turn over the ball. I don't think he's the guy. And they should have just drafted a quarterback instead of a corner. And guess who was in the draft that they could have drafted in the second round? If they were smart enough, they would have picked up Kelly Ringo, who fell to the Eagles in the fourth round. Kelly Ringo can do some damage for your team. He can be a good cornerback to sub in. These guys already have a solid fucking defensive line, dude. They're the defensive line's easily top 3, top 5. No doubt in anybody's list, dude. All healthy, top 3, top 5, no doubt. And yes, you need some cornerbacks, but you already have Kendall Fuller. Kendall Fuller is not a phenomenal corner, but he's a good corner. He can play some defense. You guys are not going to win a championship this year. Why not draft a quarterback that you can develop? Why?
I think it's a pride. I'm telling you, I think it's a pride thing for a lot of these GMs.
Just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. And that's where the Washington Commanders, they will always be the team that never can do anything.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I just thought of this. I think they're taking.
Dude, if you tank with the roster, they are literally so close to being a legitimate team. Last year, they scared me because I thought Carson Wentz was going to come in and play good, and he did not play well, right? Taylor Heineke, the Washington Commanders, people might forget this. Washington Commanders gave the Eagles their first loss last season.
Yes, they did.
Yes, the Eagles beat themselves, right? The Eagles clearly beat themselves in that game. But guess what? The Washington Commanders kept themselves close enough in that game to win it with Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke. This roster is not different from the last year's roster. Not really. Not much has changed. They are literally just one piece away. And I think having that quarterback, if they drafted a quarterback, maybe they just didn't like Will Levis. Maybe they saw something they didn't like. We're not there. We're not at those combines. But it's just crazy to me that they let it be and they signed Jacoby Brissett just to bring him on board. It's just, I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm not arguing that at all. So now I got something for you.
Yeah.
Your bold prediction for one team in the NFL.
The black and the white prediction, huh? What's my prediction for the year?
It could be the most craziest shit, or it could be the most, okay, I expect that.
I don't want to hate on your team. Okay. I don't want to hate on the Broncos. This is a bold prediction for me. I think that they're going to be just as bad as last year.
I don't think so.
Super hot take. Look, I know it's your team. I know it's your team.
Well, no. Well, okay. So I say I don't think so is because the reason Sean Payton went off is because did you hear about some of the shit that was going on in Denver last year?
Of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, dude. Like, look, yes, dude. The franchise ran like shit last year, right? Everything was shitty, but dude, like, I just, my problem is I don't believe in Russell Wilson anymore, and it's not because of coaching.
Really?
That's a hot take because you see him in the games last year. It was a different guy. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. And Russell Wilson's gonna come in, and it's gonna be a whole different thing because he now has a head coach that is backing him, giving him confidence, doing these things, right? But I just don't know if this is the right roster. I just don't know if this is it.
I will say this. There was the times last year where Russell Wilson was getting half-ass plays, like getting it with, let's say, 30 seconds on the timer. Forget the fucking name, and they're just going through it, kind of just going through the motion. The timing was off. Nathaniel Hackett never should have been a head coach, NFL head coach, a quarterback's coach, maybe an offensive coordinator. I'm fine with that. But I'm not one of those guys that are white, black. I'm one of those guys that we need to get someone qualified for the damn job. Nathaniel Hackett was not qualified for the goddamn job to be an NFL head coach. And a lot of people are not qualified to be an NFL head coach. Sometimes some people just need to stay a QB coach. There's nothing wrong with that. You still make a great living. You're still in the NFL. But I don't care what Aaron Rodgers is talking about. Number one, we're a team. Why did Russell Wilson have his own damn office?
That's the problem.
Like
felt like he came into this situation. He was like, "Hey, I'm the guy. Like, this is my stuff. You guys paid me big money. I want what I want." Only selfish quarterbacks and selfish people do that shit. You never see any other quarterback sign a big contract where they go and they change up the whole fucking thing. Aaron Rodgers, look at where he's at right now. Does he have his own goddamn office in New York? Does he have his own thing in New York? No. That guy, he's going into a situation, and he's being a leader, and he's not fucking segregating himself away from the fucking team. So, like, I think the problem is Russell Wilson, and I think the roster doesn't fit right with me.
What do you mean?
With your guys' wide receivers. I like Jerry Jeudy. I like Courtland Sutton. I just don't see it fitting well in the system anymore. With Sean Payton's system is a lot different. He relies on a quarterback to stay in the pocket to throw the ball. That was his system with Drew Brees for years. sit in the pocket, throw the ball. Russell Wilson has shown a lot of lackluster throwing in this last year. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like I said, this is a Super Bowl prediction of mine that they're going to be dead last. I really hope they do well.
Oh,
I think
dead last in the division. Oh shit.
dead last in the division. I don't think. Yeah, I think they're going to be dead last in the division. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to beat them. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to beat them, and I think Justin Herbert's going to beat them.
Well, the thing is though, we went 1-1 against the Chargers. The Chiefs swept us. The Raiders swept us. But when it comes to our division compared to other divisions, when you look at when the Chiefs beat us, the Chiefs don't blow us out.
Yeah, your guys' defense is phenomenal, and they always have been.
And that's
the problem is the fucking offense, and it is all of last year was the offense.
And we have a unique situation though, because we don't have bad receivers. Our offensive line, we did pretty good in my opinion, free agency signing the offensive lineman from the Ravens and the 49ers. But when you look at the quarterback, I think Russ, he lost some weight. He's looking better in training camp, and I believe he can do great. But then when I'm seeing Tim Patrick tear his ACL, KJ Hamler being released because he has a heart problem, it's like, okay, what's next? And then people are telling me, that guy you guys drafted in the 3rd or 4th round, that receiver. I'm like, okay, I like that guy in the slot. That's a good pick. But other than that, I really don't know. I'm watching training camp on YouTube, and I'm just like, we look good. But guess what? The Bears looked good last year in training camp too. They got the number 1 pick. So that means nothing at all because you look good in training camp. I'm just being honest with you. I have no idea. I think we could actually, it's one of the situation with Sean Payton. I think we could actually win the division. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get dead last in the division.
See, that's my thing. That's why I'm bold. That's why it's bold. I really, I like the team. I can just see where it's going to struggle again because the offense doesn't look that much different.
No.
The offense the head coach looks different. Obviously, Sean Payton's a good head coach. There's no doubt about that. But, we're seeing with Bill Belichick what it looks like when you don't have your guy. Bill Belichick is struggling here in the last couple of years.
Bill Belichick is not struggling because he doesn't have a guy. Bill Belichick is struggling because he doesn't know how to pick a damn receiver.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Without Tom, it's looking a little rough for him.
Because I know Mac Jones can get the job done. But when you give Mac Jones Jacoby Myers, when you give Mac Jones not Devontae Adams, what's that other guy's name that they traded for from Miami? That they had last year. He had one of the worst receiving corps last year. He had a bad receiving corps as a rookie and took them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
You have to give these guys weapons. That's all it is. D-Hop signed. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, D-Hop did sign with the Titans, but at the same time, it's like, come on, shit. Think about if you sign with the Patriots.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots go draft a receiver, drafting Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon, the CB. Come on now, really?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's good long, but he's no Jalen Ramsey.
Right.
Jalen Ramsey was the guy coming out of Florida State. It's no question about it. Him and that guy out of Illinois, there was a conversation well, who would you draft and things like that. It's but at the end of the day, it's the same thing for Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. We all know Bryce Young was better, so he's going to go number 1. But it's a situation of when I'm looking at the Broncos, I'm like, shit, what's going on here? Right.
Give me what's your biggest bold prediction right now.
The Ravens are going to go, if healthy, to the AFC Championship game. If healthy.
Do you know how big that fucking if is, D?
If healthy, if they're healthy enough, that team is fucking loaded. Loaded at every skill position, they're loaded. They don't need a great running back.
You got a running back at quarterback, so why not? You know what I mean? Like, yes, they need to. So Lamar Jackson, he quoted saying something along the lines of like, "Don't be surprised if I have over 4,000 yards" or something along those lines. I can't remember what he said. He said something like, "Don't be surprised if I'm in the pocket passing." Dude, if why not pass the ball? You got Odell Beckham, you got Zay Flowers, you
That's
got Devin Duvernay, Rashad Bateman. I mean, who else? They got
that wide receiving room is
Mark
crazy
Andrews.
good. That may be the best
Andrews?
wide receiving room in the NFL.
All they have to do is just piece it together. That's their main thing. They got to piece it together. That's it.
Odell's built like fucking AJ Brown out there.
Yeah.
He's been hitting the weight room his year off. He's been hitting the weight room. Then you have another year of Bateman, Devaney, fucking then Mark Andrews. He's a top 3 tight end. Like that receiving core is dangerous. That defense is always going to be top 5, top 10 in the NFL.
Yeah.
As long as they're healthy. And more of Lamar Jackson is healthy and Odell, because those are the 2 components. Those other guys are interchangeable pieces, but when you have a dominant wide receiver and a dominant tight end, the sky's the limit. That's why the Chiefs were so dominant.
Yeah, that's it, dude. I mean, it's all it comes down to is if they can stay together, be a team, because dude, they've got the guys. Don't be surprised if they may lose a couple games in the beginning, right? They're going to lose a couple trying to figure this thing out. But their defense is also phenomenal. Like they have so many guys on their team that can make a play. They just have to be together. And their injuries were what killed them last year. They can bring it back. They can easily bring this back. For me, that's not that crazy of a take. They went 10-7 last year. They still got Cincinnati in their division.
They went 10-7 and almost beat the Bengals in a playoff game.
Yeah.
That's how good they are. Without their starting quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the main statement. Look, I don't think it's that bold of a statement other than the fact of if they stay healthy. They have the most injury-prone roster ever. They always get injured, and any of them do. Lamar Jackson literally does a front flip into the end zone, lands on his hip, and he gets injured because he lands on his hip. And he was an open fucking field, dude. Like he was open. He just flipped in the end zone. So yeah, no, I mean the biggest thing about that prediction for me is the injury part. I think that the talent, dude, they have the talent all day. That team, they are going to be able to win games. So it just kind of depends on what they like to do, if they're going to get it together.
It's true. Black and the white, free agency winners and losers. Who do you got, Ryan? Who's your winner?
Where the Titans lacked in their draft is where they picked up some good players. Now, with the Eagles picking up a couple players today, Eagles did pretty well. But I would say the Titans, honestly, in my opinion, getting DeAndre Hopkins opened up so much more for them offensively because they lost after losing A.J. Brown last year with the trade. It was a dumb pick, dumb decision. They now have opened it back up. They've given Ryan Tannehill somebody to throw to again. And when Ryan Tannehill is somebody to throw to, they make it deep in the playoffs. They win games. They can do that again, especially with Vrabel being the head coach. We've talked about them today already, but with just long story short on that, I think the Titans did a good job. Just let alone the only person picking up DeAndre Hopkins, they have built so much more for that offense than what it could have been. If they didn't have him, the Titans would not even in my book be anywhere near the top. Yes, but they are now in contention because of DeAndre Hopkins.
I like that. I like that because that signing and with that defense, and if a lot of those receivers take that next step, they can easily beat the Chiefs. Easily. They've almost done it before, like last year with a running quarterback, wasn't really passing the ball. Like, it's the little things for me. And that's the thing that I'm hoping that they can do is take that next step. I don't think they will. That receiving room was trash last year. I didn't see any potential whatsoever in an old ass Robert Woods, which got injured early on, and that guy that they drafted, Burt, whoever hell his name is, I didn't see much potential with him as well. But when you add a top 10 receiver,
Yeah.
he's gonna come in. Same thing for Odell. They're gonna come in with some type of swag, and it's gonna teach those other guys like, hey, you gotta be playing the standard. So I like that pick. I like that pick.
What do you think? Who's your guy that won? Who do you think won that free agency this year?
Jets.
Jets.
God damn it, the Jets won free agency by a motherfucking mile.
Yeah,
they got Aaron Rodgers, Hardman, Alan Gazzard. Like they're contending for a Super Bowl. And that guy, Nick Wright, on Fox Sports is fucking retarded. You get a top 5 quarterback that just won the MVP. Russ never won an MVP. Aaron Rodgers, look, I'm saying to the camera, is a MVP quarterback. He made bad receivers look good. And now he has a guy that has 4.2, 4.3 speed. He has a number 1 receiver in Garrett Wilson. He has a defensive-minded head coach. And then he had a guy in Nathaniel Hackett. He was a shit head coach, but he was a damn good offensive. I think it was a quarterbacks coach.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, like, you make a very good point with the Jets. The Jets, with the defense they have, their offense now. Garrett Wilson, dude, Aaron Rodgers was saying that Garrett Wilson was like doing things that Devontae Adams knows how to do now. Like Aaron Rodgers is helping him develop. So like, just watch out. If this Aaron Rodgers Garrett Wilson connection is gonna be insane. It's gonna be absolutely fucking insane. They're gonna add so much more to that.
And I'll say it now. Another bold prediction. Don't be surprised if the Jets win the fucking division.
Yeah.
Because
that's not that far off.
Because the Bills lost some key pieces this year in free agency. So it wouldn't be a surprise if the Jets are going to win the division, and if they win the division, because I think what hurts Josh Allen, when it gets to the fourth quarter and the game's close, he chokes. I don't care what anyone says. When it's close, he chokes.
Unfortunately,
a lot of the times.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like some of the best games in the last 15 years. Josh Allen's on the tail end of that losing. Like
I agree. I agree. I think that this is a team that's going to do something with the free agency alone. I mean, they killed it, dude. Let's just hope these pieces work for them. Let's hope that they get it together. Because they definitely need it.
The defense is fucking legit. Sauce Gardner is a wide receiver playing quarterback. He's huge, 6'3", 6'4". He's long. I think he should be playing fucking basketball.
Yeah, he's a hell of a player. He's a hell of a player.
He's fucking huge. Then fucking the D line is scary. It's like
Carl Lawson, Quinnen Williams, dude. Like, those are killers within themselves too, man.
Like that team is gonna be legit.
Amos safety.
12-5.
Wild.
That's my prediction for him. 12-5.
12-5 is not that far off, to be honest. That's probably right about, especially giving Aaron Rodgers some pieces. So that'll be exciting to see what they do this year.
All right. So what about your loser? Who's your loser?
I only paid attention. I'll be honest with you. I only paid attention to the winners. I don't give a fuck about who didn't do nothing. I mean, there's so many teams that didn't do anything.
But
there's some that probably should have done something that didn't.
Yes. So I will say the biggest losers for me is probably the Cardinals. That maybe outside of the San Francisco 49ers. Let's just say this. Outside of the 49ers, the whole NFC West. The whole NFC West. Reasons why is because the Cardinals are clearly fucking tanking. Clearly tanking. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if they're trying to tank and maybe trade Kyle Murray and get, Caleb Williams. The Rams are the Rams. I think, ladies and gentlemen, kids, little boys, little girls, when you're NFL GM, never trade your first round picks multiple years. This is what happens. You need the talent. especially when you don't have the goddamn money and you give all your money to an old ass quarterback and to a goddamn defensive lineman. This is what happens. Cooper Kupp is nice, but if you've had your picks, you can develop. You got a ring out of it.
Right.
Great job, but that next year, where's the progress? And then the Seahawks. The Seahawks, they did fairly well in free agency, but overall, it's like a D minus, maybe D plus. They drafted well, but just regarding free agency, they didn't do well. So it's kind of like, what was the goal for a lot of this whole division? It's just the 49ers division. It's the last 10 years. It's been the 49ers division. Occasionally you get the Rams, occasionally you have the Cardinals, but for the most part, it's been in the 49ers division. That's all it is.
Yeah. So true. I mean, I don't know. Like, for me, with some of the worst signings, by the way, just like kind of thinking about it, like Juju Smith-Schuster going to the Patriots.
Really? 2 years, $20 million? That's bad to you?
I
think that's pretty
I don't
good.
know, man.
The value of it is pretty good. He got paid like a 2.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, that, and then the Buccaneers picking up Baker Mayfield. I don't know what they're thinking.
Well, that's
there's some. I don't know if there's like a definite loser. I don't feel like for me, there's no definite super loser of this offseason. I think there's some teams that could have done more. But overall, I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, there was just some tough sign. Like I said, Baker Mayfield going to the Buccaneers, that's just tough. I mean, they needed to get a quarterback, and they really think Baker Mayfield's their guy, but
that's laughable at best. I think the highlight of Baker Mayfield's career is beating the Steelers in a playoff game.
Yeah.
And then losing to a backup quarterback the next week. Because remember, Patrick Mahomes got injured, and they lost to the backup quarterback, which is the funniest shit ever. You had a chance to go to the AFC Championship game, and you lose to the backup quarterback.
Speechless. Oh, man.
So, folks, ladies and gentlemen, the Black and White Podcast, we're going to be doing top 5 draft of snacks. Microwavable or pantry level, aka just a cabinet. It cannot be cooked, cannot be deep fried, just a snack. So a Hot Pocket, snack. Pizza rolls, snack. Pizza is not a snack. Just those are the rules. Do you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
You know what, D? You picked what's this full disclosure here? D did pick the topic. He's a fat fuck.
Yes, I am.
Loves the snacks.
I love the food.
This is why I
struggle at the gym.
We're going to go D. You know what, D? You're going to start out. Give me the number 1 pick. What's your number 1 pick of the draft?
So, it's almost. Okay, let me write some of this stuff down. Let me write it down. So,
I'm keeping track of yours, Stu. Don't you worry.
So I gotta go fig nudes.
Fig, listen to me.
Listen, fig nudes. Well, no.
Motherfucker, you already fucking
chocolate donuts.
I'm gonna let it fucking slide. I'm gonna let this one slide.
Chocolate donuts.
If you start out saying one, it's committed. All right?
Chocolate donuts.
It's committed. Chocolate donuts is your first fucking pick. You think that's it?
Yes.
I'm gonna blow your fucking doors off in this draft.
All right.
Everybody to decide, by the way, after this, I'm gonna put this up on TikTok. Everybody to decide below, who do you think is their best draft in this? My number 1 pick. No doubt in my mind. I remember opening this shit up, the whole package, resealable package. The Oreos package. Number 1. I remember going up late at night, D, picking those motherfuckers up and just pop in that motherfucker.
You're gonna take Oreos and milk.
No, I don't need milk. I don't need it.
Listen, no one.
Because guess what? Everybody,
no
it's literally like fucking, wine and fucking cheese, baby. It's the same. Milk goes with.
What you just wait. You just proved my fucking point. No one eats cheese by itself. You have to.
But I'm just saying. If I say Oreos, everybody's gonna fucking hear it.
Hamburger. They go together. You just not eat a dry ass cookie in the middle of the night. You're like, it's like a Popeye's biscuit. You got to get something to drink with it.
All right. So next pick for me. I'm going back to back, and then you go yours. I've got Slim Jims, number 2. Slim Jims. If it's a fucking white thing, just tell me, D. But Slim Jims are bomb as fuck.
Listen, I've had Slim Jims in the military, and they're okay. Like, especially when you're in the field, you've been working like shit. Like, all right, let me give me a Slim Jim. But since I've been home from the military and me never going to prison, I don't eat Slim Jims. I don't know what it is with white people and prisoners. People just love Slim Jims. I'm just like, that's not no one's first choice of like meat.
I'm telling you right now, I go to the cabinet, I'm getting a fucking Slim Jim out, dude. They're so good. Okay. All right, go ahead. What's your second pick there, chocolate donut? What's next?
Okay, chocolate donuts are fucking delicious.
Fat
fucking delicious. My next pick in the snacks draft, D'Angelo Laws will be selecting ice cream. Ice cream is
wow. Yep.
And Haagen-Dazs ice cream with the
You're being specific ice cream, huh?
Listen, Haagen-Dazs has some type of sherbet mango ice cream. That shit is like crack in the 80s. It's hard to put down. It's hard to put down. It's really damn good. Then they have some type of French vanilla. Man, it's shit. That shit is good. My next pick.
Yep. Let me hear it. Round 3.
Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets, huh?
Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets.
I'm not really. It doesn't really matter what it is. Hot Pockets is like, hey, we don't do that veggie shit. There's always a meat in there. It's always consistent. If it's cold outside, it warms you up. If you go get some Hot Pockets and some chips or some chocolate donuts, you have a good meal.
Definitely. I agree. Look, that's a great pick. I think Hot Pockets, I had ice cream and Hot Pockets on my list of snacks because I've been writing them down, and that's what I like to hear. I was like, Hot Pockets sound fucking good. They even sound good right now.
Yeah, I want a Hot Pocket, even though I just ate.
My third pick is definitely close to Hot Pockets, the exact same fucking thing. But pizza rolls, baby. Can't go wrong with a pizza roll. Can't go wrong with pizza rolls ever. Ever, ever, ever. No doubt.
This may sound crazy. When I was a kid, I don't know if it's our age showing. When I was a kid, pizza rolls when we were kids and now taste totally different. I don't know why.
You want to know something crazy?
What's that?
I don't think I've had pizza rolls in probably 4 years.
I've had pizza rolls. It's been years.
Dude, I'm like basically kind of living off of years ago.
Yes.
Like I'm just trying to I used to eat a ton of pizza. God, I ate a whole fucking bowl of pizza rolls. I don't know how many was in. There was in this big bag, and I slammed them, dude. A couple of my friends could vouch for this, but I slammed the whole. I can't remember how many pizza rolls it was. It was too much. It was way too much for me. I don't know why in the hell I smashed that many of them, but I did. Good. It's a good snack, easy snack, super easy to cook up. No problems there.
You can't fuck it up.
4th round. 4th pick. I don't want to mess up here. Give me 4th pick. Give me the Pringles. Doesn't matter what flavor. We're diverse out there. Me personally, I like the pizza. Give me the pizza Pringles. They're fire. But Pringles.
Pringles is one of those chips where no matter what when I buy Pringles, I know I'm getting my money's worth.
They are phenomenal. Easy. I like it. You know, when you get your hand stuck. If you've never gotten your hand stuck in a fucking Pringles can, have you really lived? my fat ass hand. There ain't no chance that my fat ass hands get stuck in there every time.
And see, folks, this is why going to college is a waste of fucking time. Is because he is a college educated man, and I didn't go to college. Shit made no sense to me. Why would you just? It's like this. Just do this.
No,
it will come out the same.
I'm telling you right now, people believe it. People are with me. The struggle of trying to reach into the bottom of the can because you don't want to tip it over. Because guess what? There's crumbs at the bottom of that motherfucker sometimes. You don't want those crumbs to get out.
Just tip it over in your mouth like a normal.
No.
It's like a bag of chips.
Listen, sometimes it doesn't happen that way. Okay? People will vouch. I'm telling you, people will agree with me. They'll agree with me. They know. People know.
Fuck.
Same thing with Pringles. What do you got for number 4? What's your 4th round pick? What do you got?
Number 4.
Yep.
Now this is Fig Newtons. Fig Newtons are.
You are such a.
Listen, Fig Newtons are delicious. They are delicious.
It's not my first thing to put in the fucking snacks. No chance. No chance. No one thinks of Fig Newtons right off the rip. There's no way.
Well,
I like Fig Newtons. Don't get me wrong. I like them.
If you're under 5 years old, you do. I have kids, so when I see Fig Newtons, I get excited. So my wife doesn't like me eating the kids' yogurt, their apple sauces. But when you see a fig, like if you eat 10 or 15 Fig Newtons, it's like eating a meal. It's like shit. I feel a little hungry. I'm full. Like that's how good Fig Newtons are. Like some of these other stuff, like chocolate donuts, ice cream, like some of this other stuff, it's not going to fill you up. But Fig Newtons is one of those things where it's like if you get filled up off donuts, you're probably going to have a heart attack. But when it comes to Fig Newtons, it's like you don't feel that bad. It's like, oh, I still go work, go work out, feel okay about myself.
Sure. If you say so. What's rounding off your draft here, D? What do you got?
Round it off. Last pick. Life or death. I will say popcorn. Buttery fucking popcorn. Popcorn is one of those things where
that's good.
You can be doing a lot of stuff and some odd stuff and eat popcorn and people are like, oh, it's okay. You can eat popcorn at a ballet recital, you're good. You can eat popcorn at a sporting event, it's okay. You can eat popcorn at a funeral, people are gonna be like, it's popcorn. Like people are okay with it.
I like popcorn. I think that's good. That's a good pick. It's popcorn to me. See, I'm not a home popcorn guy. I'm a movie theater popcorn guy. I'm not a big give me the Orville Redenbacher at home. I'm more of I'm gonna go to the movies, give me the popcorn there. It's a snack. It's a snack. I'm just saying for me, I'm not eating a fucking. I'm not cooking up at home.
No, we don't have a microwave in my house.
What do you mean you don't have a microwave?
Oh no, we just have a toaster oven. We have the what's that other shit called? The shit that cooks shit through the waves, the radioactive shit. It's something like a not toaster oven, but that other shit.
Well, the cooks through the waves, D, is a fucking microwave.
No. I mean, it heats the food up. It's not a toaster oven. What is it? What's the other one?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's another shit. Another shit that these women use. But in the fucking oven. But I don't know. Like when you eat pizza, you put it in the microwave. It does not taste the same. Me and my wife.
Wait, you cook pizza in a microwave?
Oh no. I'm talking like when you order Domino's and then you put
you reheat it. Well, yeah. It's not I was like but when you put fuck is putting pizzas in there?
No, but when you put a pizza in the oven or in the toaster oven, that shit tastes just like out the oven. Like it tastes delicious. Like I hate that. So every time
let's talk about how fat we are. You literally just pick popcorn. We started talking about pizza.
Yes.
We're fucking fat. We are fat. We're losers. We're fat. But anyway, I forgot. I didn't get my last pick. Pop-Tarts. Pop Tarts,
Oh,
number
shit.
5. Dude,
Fuck.
you're a fucking idiot. You're so
Fuck.
fucking stupid. When you
Fuck.
said pop, I thought you were gonna say Pop Tarts. You said popcorn. I was like,
fuck. And the wild. Okay.
I don't know.
Top 3 flavors for Pop Tarts.
Top 3 flavors, no
Yes.
doubt, in my mind right now.
Yes.
I'm so plain simple. I won't lie. I'm plain. Okay. Fucking give me cinnamon. Okay. Fuck you. Strawberry.
Okay.
Cinnamon, strawberry. Actually, my third one's a little wild. I love the s'mores ones. Fantastic. They're the best. Don't fucking knock it. Don't knock it because it is good. But Pop Tarts. That's my last pick. That's it. So I've got, all right, just a quick recap, D. We got your 5. You got chocolate donuts.
Yes.
Like that fuck. Ice cream, Hot Pockets, Fig Newtons, popcorn. I've got Oreos, Slim Jims, pizza rolls, Pringles, Pop Tarts. All day.
S'mores and cinnamon. That's
all day.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I will say wildberry.
Wildberry's good. Yeah,
Wildberry is fucking so fucking gas, bro.
It is good. Yeah, it's good. The purple blue combo.
Oh my, yeah, that shit is delicious.
Yeah, you're right. It's good.
Like wildberry may be the best Pop Tart ever.
That's good.
My name is D'Angelo Laws. This is Ryan Robbins, and this is the Black and the White podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in this week, and we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.